Welcome, family and friends. This is chapter 14 of the first book, Legacy, of the Book of Souls Trilogy, The Autobiography of Daegan Sheehan. Gemini stem, the point of no return. Many years ago, nearly a decade it's been now, I began an investigation. As a private investigator, as an independent detective, not law enforcement, and I'm still not law enforcement. I was researching a hack that happened on my computer, a pretty severe hack. As I delved more deeply into the source of this hack and began tracking the people that did these kinds of hacks, as I penetrated deeper into the operations of this particular syndicate, it got more dangerous. I could tell I was getting close. And as the years proceeded, I flanked this organization, series of organizations, companies, groups, and watched what they did. I studied their methods. I deciphered their codes. And to do so, I re-enrolled in the University of California at Santa Cruz and studied AI technologies and coding, computer coding, ones and zeros, Python in full, adaptive, generative AI in particular is what we're looking at, my friends. The challenge is that during the social media period, when the social media giants were all engaged in the attention economy, using algorithms inside the systems of their platforms to keep participants engaged, indeed never putting down their phone. And while they did that, watching them from behind the camera, listening to them audio-wise, so as to determine the most effective way to feed them images and video and posts that would keep them trained on the screen. Now, we've all seen The Social Dilemma, and The Social Dilemma discusses this particular phenomenon in our new world. Whereas those that made The Social Dilemma further began researching AI technologies outside of the range of social media and began delving deeply into the build-out of the technology. Indeed, at this time, 50% of the most advanced AI specialist researchers and developers in the world all think there's a 1 out of 10 chance that AI will be the cause of human extinction. What we're dealing with here is, as I would say it, the use of adaptive programmatic algorithms, a number of generative AI corporations, and to troubling growing degree criminal syndicates, sometimes in acknowledged and unconstitutional informal association with certain U.S. federal intelligence agencies, employing the service of biophysicists, psychoanalysts, cutting-edge computer programmers, and specialists in the field of biotechnology. They are engaged in deploying and monitoring the performance of new, still undisclosed AI systems designed to provide new opportunities not only for private corporate profit, but in some instances for the much more pernicious purpose of establishing subconscious influence over our civilian populace in their what they refer to now as race to the bottom of the brainstem. That is their new edict across AI research, is no longer engaging in the attention economy. My friends, they are all saying they are in the race to the bottom of the brainstem. Now, such AI systems are based on currently unacknowledged, entirely unregulated, and extremely dangerous, illegal, systematic, broadcast-level AI behavioral modification, pioneered at Stanford Research Institute remote viewing program, headed up by Hal Puthoff and Russell Targ. During our two most recent previous decades, social media programmers and developers historically competed in the development of an earlier generated AI technology simply to ensure the computer viewers stayed engaged on the specific platforms in pursuits of the goal of the attention economy. However, more recently and most advanced cutting-edge AI researchers are now, as we said, on the race to the bottom of the brainstem, developing new secretive AI-driven technologies by means which to tap into viewers' deepest unconscious drives to actually control involuntary responses of the viewer. Now, the potential for humans, corporate, government, and criminal misuse of artificial intelligence will continue to exist and will accelerate unless we succeed in formulating and securing the enactment of a much more robust set of public policy regulations to stop such abuses. However, the even greater existential threat resides in the danger of generative large model, multimodal AI models, and the continued research and development in still emergent, capable technologies. The most dangerous event is, of course, AI becoming agenic, pursuing goals of its own. We are already experiencing minimally rogue AI golems arising, mere precursors of an era of potential agenic AI. Indeed, according to the latest survey, 50% of all the AI specialists believe that there's a 10% chance that AI will bring about the extinction of our species. For we as a human family must stop this from happening. So steps must be taken to investigate and score the leading AI corporations in their safety practices, which are today severely and dangerously limited. Now, of recent, I've been recommended for the chief investigative position at a company in Silicon Valley by the name of Human Futures Institute. Their objective is to investigate the abuses, misuses, and illegal uses of AI technologies in Silicon Valley and all the affiliate companies that buy from Silicon Valley AI developers or others internationally. Now, the most significant challenge to such a planned investigation of these misuses and abuses of AI is the lack of security of the means of our investigation. Activities stemmed from the high degree of cyber transparency implicit in the use of most digital hardware. Now, i.e. cell phones, computers, as well as the potential counterintelligence surveillance techniques that will be deployed against our investigative activities, such as our contact and conversations with potential industry government whistleblowers. Our investigators will require hardware and software that are encrypted and scrambled. And most importantly, we must account for the cyber defense against the back door in virtually here present today most cell phone services and standard computers. The degree of cyber surveillance is a mere function of the latest incarnation of global capitalism, i.e. surveillance capitalism. Our investigators, through our investigation, will therefore require working discreetly without being observed through audio, video, or signal exchange by those being investigated. We will be working uphill against a smarter, better, more well-informed opponent and may indeed face certain degrees of personal, physical danger In order to ensure the effectiveness of this investigation and the safety of our investigators, these measures of cybersecurity must be successfully addressed and monitored throughout the entirety of such an investigation. Now, this is my recommendation to the company, Human Futures Institute. I have to end this by saying something even more important, if one would say it so. Of recent, I've received the third and fourth death threat that I've received in the last half a decade. These came in the last several days. Now, I then contacted the FBI. Finally, had to tell somebody at a high level what I was doing as an independent private detective on my own case. The FBI advised me to file also a report with the Santa Cruz Sheriff's Department, Detective Department this afternoon, which I will be doing. FBI has a file on this. And the challenge is, my friends, is that these are very, very dangerous people. So I am now obliged and professionally obligated to protect my family and those I love from the offensive taken towards us potentially on the part of these very dangerous criminals that I've been investigating, inside or out of Silicon Valley. Now, I am now obligated to hire armed guards for each one of my family members and 2 for myself and for others involved in this particular investigation. So, that's the nature of what's happening right now. Some of you may have gotten word that I was investigating similar matters. This is it. So I ask for all of our prayers for my family and those that are close to this. I ask all those in the world that care about all of us to pray for my family. Pray for my family. Empower the work I do and we do on this investigation and others with your love and your guardianship of heart. We as a human family stand as the greatest, largest standing army in human history if we were ever to stand up to the top 10% that rule our fucking world. Remember that. As 90% of the populace that is exploited, the largest standing army in human history, the day we choose to be. Remember that, my friends. Freedom, 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 freedom. Welcome to the Book of Souls Trilogy, Book 1, Legacy, Chapter 14, Gemini Step, The Point of No Return.